Hello guys. So yeah, pretty much every patch is kind of buffing light dark and nerfing everything that would actually hurt me. So I guess I'm coming back fully in the game, especially next patch when we finally get the light dark legends. So let's go down the 8th update, the November 8th update. There's some pretty cool stuff, and light is just getting its ass buffed permanently. So new star Leo Ardor added to the draw, Ace, increase attack power by 35%, critical resistance by 30%. Yep, pretty bad, just don't use that. Shoot, increase attack power by 20 and critical rate by 20%. Accumulates up to 5 times. The effect applies only to active shots. Well, utility. That's honestly not that bad. 100% attack power, 100% critical rate. If you can stack some critical damage in that could be really good. Increase passive power up effect by 30% and penetration by 20% of allies currently in the assigned position. I'm not 100% sure with passive power up, but we'll wait and see. Increase the attack power by 25% and critical damage by 15 for each target attacking. Pretty good. Increase the critical rate and reflex by 30%. Overall, there's a shit ton of critical here. Right here is 100. Here's another 30. The base player has 50. So that means by base, he should be around 180% critical rate before we look at anything else. And then he gets at least 125% attack power up and a bit of critical damage. So overall, it does sound pretty damn good. Now, is he broken? We're not in a penetration meta though, so I do think he is going to be countered, but he is going to be very original at his E. He might actually become a main striker for a lot of comps. Um, Chain wise, he's reversed with Elaine, not bad. Ruina, Nari, not the greatest. This is just bad. And Mikian, yeah, okay, just stop right there. Then let's look at Alexia, the good old light goalkeeper after Isilla. This kid, but he's not waifu material, so we have only two light goalkeepers. We will entertain the idea. I already maxed her out, so this really kind of makes me happy. Perfect aim, recover star action more by 40%, live by 10% more. This is honestly just not really worth it, but it's cool to be there. It's just really cool to be there. Um, this is where the real meat of this E comes in. They're gonna buff her survival passive, increase max slot by 25%, critical damage resistance by 25%. I know something was wrong with the translation, but it was always critical damage. And now this has been changed to 40% life, 40% critical damage, and 10% penetration resistance. And already the ultimate stone for her is usually going to be an El Rapayon with a dense magma sub there. That's already 35% without even looking at the idea of sticking a Duran or any other form of survival and penetration resistance. Overall, that is pretty sick, and I do believe there's a big chance we're going to see her in Rainbow, especially after the Glade nerf. But again, she's very weak to one-hit KO style, so that might be coming back in the meta. New manager, Coca BL. Why do they make these names so weird? At least the art's not that bad. Light element, instantly get 15 GP, that's pretty bad. Acquire the event scout points by 30% additionally, and increase the acquired training XP. I mean, additional event scout points are not that bad. XP is not the greatest. Well, it depends what event scout and what your burning rate. I personally won't be using her, but for some people who can't play a lot, this is actually damn good. Premium skins, caching love, actually not that bad. Yes, this solves the fact that her E skin isn't the greatest either. Character chains. I don't care about any of these. Now, draws. We got Leo. If you're Ardor, honestly, he's not that bad either, especially if you don't have William. BT Wormwind, pretty decent goalkeeper. Cash and Love, Uriel, Hammers, Balton, Gibril. Pretty much, you're light, you're dark, or you're Ardor, you draw. If you're anything else, you don't draw. It's not worth it. Following characters for the next patch: Death Queen, Vivid Fear, Nerua, Alexia, Damien, Shu. Well, that's like meta in literally every element. Any mono, this is a mono week for you. If you're Rainbow, it's still also pretty damn good for you. You got Shu, you got Pressy, you got Vivid Fear, you got Alexia. That's good overall. Actually, Damien's still the meta striker from a lot of comps. So yeah, just pretty damn good. Chain helper rotation. Oh, Jiho. I'm surprised that she's here already, but okay. That's pretty good for some people that need her. Sue, Ernesto, Evelyn, Lucia, Van, Uriel, Cheetos, Avnor, all these are really old players. So really the Jiho is the one who's going to matter. Chudo, Ardor is being changed to Classic Star. He's honestly pretty decent. So yeah, for Ardor Monobacks, he has a lot of potential. Feature improvement, boss match against Arcade Dark has been added to the game. Okay, so we know what the next thing. Dark Minions aren't the greatest though, so it's not the best thing. Super Boss and Margaret has been added to the game. Match will be provided soon. Honestly, try get her just once. She's a very useful in a lot of COT comps, and again, you need to max out like 2 skills. The rest becomes pointless with her, so just get her. Especially for chains. You don't want to have to rely on the chain helpers. It just costs so much crystal. Galaxy Live preseasons have been extended. Previous seasons November 12, regular season start. Yeah, okay, it's gonna end the day the big patch hits. We all knew this. And since I haven't really been playing, it's gonna make it really easy to not spend a single point. Or diamond, I mean. You know what I mean, crystals. Yeah. Yeah, we don't really care. We know you're doing some other thing. There's a big talk about 5-star only league. I'll be doing another video on that later on. Balancing. Caching Love, previously recovered 20% spirit with a 50% chance when ally within the position makes an action to recover 15% spirit and with a 25% chance when an ally in the team makes an action. Now, this doesn't look like something really great, but in a lot of COT comps, this means that you'll actually be able to generate spirit for lines that are not related to her, and this is very powerful, even for the one-hit KO comps. So overall, I do think this is going to give her on the micromanaging a lot of value. It is going to require RNG again. It's a 25% chance, but there is a lot of value in COT and COD. I do not think there's any in COI just because everything needs to be much more reliable there. You can't actually take chances, but this does make something very interesting. Now, if you were using her in like a PvP team, it's not that great just because the chance is lower and the spirit's lower, but it's not a bad deal. I do think it's still a buff. Passive effect, Dead and Alive Free has been changed. I don't remember who has it, but okay. Decrease incoming damage by 70%, increase the attack power by 50 with a 50% chance when being attacked. 2, decrease blah blah. And recover the max life by 30% chance. Recover the high by max. Damn, that means full heal. When being penetrated or stolen or affected by the receiving degrees. I'm honestly not even sure who has this skill. I'm just gonna bet it's Caching Love, and it's still a 50% chance, so I'm not really seeing the difference except they're saying she full heals, but she's gonna do less damage. So yeah, that's honestly completely fine with me. I mean, she's honestly a gamble. That's normal. Based on clause, she will be a recall. Okay, if you guys want to recall, I think I have one. I might recall if I'm missing anything for chains. For real, more changes as always. Increase critical rate by 60%, attack power for each target by 40, 2 critical rate 60, recover action bar of team by 20. I feel like this was already there, but okay. Recover the action bar by 30 and 30 with an attack. And now it's the same with the action bar, except increased attack power for each target has been moved to this skill. It actually lost 10%. Overall, not really a big issue in my opinion. But the Uriel fanatics will give us the entire speech on how this changes everything. Or maybe doesn't. I'm not fully sure. The passive skill instant has been changed to Flame of Judge. Get an extra turn with successful penetration with attacking to increase critical rate by 20% 45 minutes when using an active skill. Accumulate up to 2 time lasting ability effect. Honestly, the previous one was kind of better, but I guess on the long run this is better. I mean, being able to have an extra turn just has such a huge impact in this game. Passive skill Determination has been changed to Cold Judge in Extreme Evolution. Recover the action bar of the entire team by 20% of a shot. Well, that was the Uriel skill too. Increase the critical rate by 25%, critical damage by 25% frame rate with basically 50%. This is Uriel. This is where the action bar was coming from. Yeah, okay. Again, they're buffing her. We got to see the full kit just to be 100% clear because they've changed 3 of her skills right there. Yeah. Develop. We've changed a lot of balancing. Try to her control over the team's action bar, improve the power. Okay, why not? Again, it does sound like it's a decent buff. Now here in Shaman, this is pretty much a nerf in the lower leagues, and in the high leagues, this means nothing. The reason why is they've just decreased the values by basically 1% for each, and they've increased it by 1 stack. They also kind of reduced it from 4 minutes to 3 minutes. The thing is, whenever an ally becomes unable to move, if you've been in high league, you know that 3 minutes, a lot can happen. I mean, I use Celestia active, I shoot 3 times, the ball has gone back 3 times back and forth, and like, no one was even able to move on the opposing team, so imagine what happens when they can't. So in high league, this means nothing. In low league, it is a little nerf. I mean, it doesn't change in any way how I use her, so I'm going to keep running her. But yeah, pretty annoying for some low league players that were using her and were taking a good value out of this. Bug fixes. Issues with Spirit Squad that appeared at the scout were being affected. Okay, I don't really see an issue with this. Critical damage, critical rate. Yeah, I've already made a video on this. I think we all chill. It's critical damage resistance, not critical resistance. Light cannot do critical resistance unless their name is K and they're using Rainbow. Like certain funky things, but it's usually not that good. So, yep, pretty much good stuff for Light, a few more changes for Light, and a decent Ardor Striker in the making. Have a good day, guys.